Hello, it's me Og. In this video I'll be telling you how to breed leopard geckos. So also, if you want any specialised videos on a topic or any of my animals, just send me a comment or a message and I'll do it for you. So this one's going to be about breeding leopard geckos. So the first thing you're going to need is a male. The male is a Chucky albino and is in his humidity box there. I split my male up and he's in his own tank at the moment there. He's got his humidity box, hidey hole, water bowl, cowsey dish, substrate is greaseproof paper, and he has a heat mat over the back part of it. I split them up as I've got in the big tank, which has now got about 5 females in. There is 2 which are a bit small, and I don't want him to breed. I don't want him to breed with them yet until next year. So if you're going to breed them, you're going to need a male, obviously, and a female. One male can breed to up to about 7 females, such as what this is going to be like in here, because I just put the male in and then he'll go along and service all the females. If you had certain colours, like here's a Chucky albino and I have a Chucky albino there which is just poking the head out. So if I wanted specialised coloured babies, you can selected breed them. That's how they've got all these colours. So you'd put the Chucky albino male in with a Chucky albino female, and you're more likely to get a Chucky albino baby. And also with all the other colours. So the second thing you're going to need is a place for it to lay our eggs. That's where I've got these 2 things here. They're the humidity box and egg laying box. Just get one up. And there's none here. Good. Inside here, this one's just got vermiculite in. It's kept quite damp, and they'll just go in, dig. When you go in, you'll notice you got eggs because all the substrate would be up to one corner like that, and normally they stay in there. And if you just dig around, you'll find the eggs. The more females you got, the more egg laying boxes you need, and the bigger the egg box as well. I've got one small one and a big one. These are positioned just over the heat mat and that, so they can keep the temperature. So you're going to need them. Also, while they're breeding, you're going to need a lot of calcium, as the female is taking her calcium out of her bones and out of her body to make the eggs, and they will just get rid of nearly all their resources of the fat, and all their energy really goes into making offspring. So when you're breeding them, you should only select the healthiest ones you've got. So if you've got one that's a bit skinny, leave her back, fatten her up, get her big and healthy, and then start breeding her. The best way is to give them plenty of vitamins, such as that's just vitamins and minerals, and that one's calcium. You can also do the one in the liquid, so you just put a few drops of that in the water. The best ones are to breed, such as, I wouldn't breed her at the moment as her tail is a bit skinnier, and she's still healthy and everything, but her tail's just a bit skinny. So I would breed especially that one, because that one's got a massive fat tail, such as that one there. That would be okay to breed as the tail is thicker. Different geckos are different. You can get eggs out of the other ones, but it's just better to select the healthiest ones you've got. What else do we need? We've got that. Also the cages, you can either do them in the big viv, like what I said before, or you can also breed them in these little vivs that you get from Exoterra, or you can also buy tubs like this one. And this is what I'm going to start breeding all mine in next year. So this has got a fat tail in at the moment. All you need really is the 2 females in there, the male. Lead the male in, he will then mate with them. You'll see that he'll come up behind them, bite them on the back of the neck, flip the tail round, and then they'll mate. See the eggs in her, she'll have like bulges either side of abdomen, and you'll know when they're pregnant because they get really big and they can go off the food. but also if they don't get enough vitamins and minerals, they can reabsorb their eggs. As these load here, I've had over 20 babies last year, and I sell all mine to the pet shops, and each baby is worth 15 quid. So it's quite a good business. Don't breed them if you've got nowhere to put them, because there's no point. Ask your local pet shops before you breed if they want the babies. But also, after you get your eggs, so she'll have her eggs, she'll lay them, then she will start re-eating, and then you've got to try and fatten her up again with plenty of vitamins and minerals, because she would have wasted them all in the eggs. So then you get your eggs out of these, and you put them to the tubs that you can get your crickets in, such as that. Fill it up with vermiculite to about halfway, which is about to there. Put the eggs on top. Do not turn the eggs, as they're not like poultry. If you turn them, you've killed them. You're okay pretty much. You can slightly, but it's better to keep them as she's laid them, put them in. I put mine facing that way, and in one of these you can have probably 3 clutches. You don't need to buy an incubator. There is no point buying an incubator, as I've bred all mine and they were just left in the cages. What I simply do is get one of these cages from Exoterra, put about 2 inches of sand at the bottom. I can also keep the females in there with them, and I then get this box here, put it slightly on over the heat mat, get a digital thermometer or normal thermometer, check it's going to the right temperature, which is around 80 to 85 Fahrenheit, it says here. Around 88. You can also, with geckos, incubate to get males and females. I've never tried this, as you can't actually regulate the temperature that good in this method, but it means you don't have to go out and buy a 100 quid incubator. If you incubate them around 80 to 84, you're more likely to get females. If you do 86 to 88 Fahrenheit, you're more likely to get males. And if you do 84 to 86, you're more likely it will be mixed. So what I do is, this is just full of vermiculite. Put your eggs in like that. Then you'd have that just slightly over the heat mat. I would then water this to keep this nice and damp. The lid then goes on, and that just stays in the cage. The female will then climb all around it. She won't move them. They're fine. I use sand at the bottom of the tank though, because it holds the heat, and it just makes the temperature, it stays constant. And that's pretty much it. After 45 to 90 days they should hatch, and then you just have loads of these little things that run around. They're about that big. They don't look nothing like the parents, as when they come out they're like banded, and you'd see in the other videos what they look like on the baby one I did. And they will be like little demon like things, as they will hiss and they will bite you, but they grow out of that when they get older. And you just want to keep them in a small tank such as this. You can have loads of the babies in one of these, and it's better to keep them all together, like you get a whole clutch come out. They will only have 2 eggs, by the way, as well. They will have, so you'd have them all in here. You've got to especially make sure they have the vitamins and minerals, especially when they're hatchlings, because they're growing. And then after 2 weeks I can sell them onto my local, 2 or 3, and then I just send them straight away off and get the money. For normals I get 15 quid, and if I can get an albino, which I haven't had yet, I can get 20 quid I think. But always make sure you know where the babies are going to go, because there's no point breeding them if you're just gonna, unless you want them yourself, but if you don't know where they're going there's no point doing it. But if you can get a good breeding load, you can make quite a bit of money at it, and it is quite fun to see them hatch, and it's pretty quite simple. And if you go on the internet there is tons of websites that tell you how to do it. So I'm sure I've missed some things out, but if I have, just comment, leave a message and get in touch, and I'll just end it on the fact that I'll get to it. Bye.